Hi Ray, great to see you again on the range yesterday and do some further work on your game. Obviously things are coming on a treat. Good result in the midweek comp last week, and the handicap's starting to show signs of improvement after all the effort that you've put in, so congratulations on that. Just a quick recap on the key points that we covered. We're looking at your swing yesterday and a couple of items, or one item in particular, that I've been wanting to introduce for a while, and I feel that now is quite an appropriate time to do it. During the backswing, was still at the top of the swing. He was looking pretty good at that point. Now the right elbow sort of lifts up and the club crosses the line quite considerably. This can prove problematic in regards to controlling your low point and also improving the angle of attack or angle of approach into the golf ball with a golf club. But look at it from face on. As you take the club back, there's not a tremendous amount of setting of the wrist. Very little wrist hinge on the way back, and as a result, from this point on in the swing now, the right elbow lifts to get some length on the backswing. As the right elbow lifts, it pushes you more across the line. So the piece that we're going to try and introduce is more setting of the wrist. The setting of the wrist should be happening incrementally during the whole of the backswing and the early part of the downswing. But if we take a little look at a way of introducing this, and the drill is to load the wrist fully, so the wrists are going to bend or cock to 90 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in first, then we're going to load accumulator 3, which is the back of the left hand. So we're going to put that into position, and really during the takeaway, that's what's happening. The left arm is going to rotate and the wrists need to set or cock sufficiently to offset that, and this can help prevent the club creeping behind you at waist level. The feeling then is to swing to the top of the backswing by working the left shoulder down. You can see when you do that, this right arm is a little bit more tucked and this shaft is a little bit less across the line. So that's the feeling, that's the drill that I'd like you to do before each shot. I don't want you really thinking about setting the wrist too much during the shot itself. The other suggestion we made was at setup was to put the ball a little bit further forward. As you can see on the bottom centre screen, the ball a touch further forward is looking a lot more appropriate for the golf club that you've got in your hands. So let's take a little look at you towards the end of your session. Once you've taken that idea of cocking the wrists incrementally, the club doesn't creep quite as far behind us at P2 because we're now setting the wrist, which is offsetting the rotation of the left arm. The club sets on a slightly better angle at P3, not quite as shallow. And then as we get to the top of the backswing, the right elbow now, although it does lift out a little bit, doesn't lift out quite as much, and as a result the club is, I would say, the same degree across the line, but because it's a longer swing, in relative terms that would be less across the line. So if I just take this back so that the club is in the same position as we see on the top screen, now we can see that the club would be less across the line, like for like. We now take a little look from face on. Remember, this is just you feeling like the wrists are going to set incrementally. We're going to get the elbows together. See the wrist starting to come in a little bit earlier there. And as a result, the shaft now travels that little bit further during the backswing. And one thing we looked at during the hitting of this golf ball was the arms just straightening a little bit better and the weight moving forward much better on this one. Much better body work on the bottom centre as opposed to the top centre. So other things starting to happen because of the work you've done during the backswing. Good luck with it, and look forward to working with you again in a few weeks' time. Well done.